Last, last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Shayo. That. Shayo. You go bow for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, oh. Cause I take one by default and without any doubt, oh. I'm a me happy adult, oh. I no go feed the girl, I no go feed the girl, it's out, oh. I'm a mind that's with the talk, oh. I put my life into my job.
Hey y'all, what's going on? My name is Cassidy, and if you're new to my channel, hey, I'm a floral designer and I'm just starting out my floral business. So today I'm going to be making an arrangement because I am getting my website started, so I definitely need some like professional-esque photos for it. I went to the flower market yesterday and I picked up all of the flowers, so they've been sitting all night, so they're ready to go. I've got my little vase here, which I'm super excited to work with because I think it is so pretty. I don't really have like a vibe for the arrangement today. I think I was just going for flowers that I was drawn to at the flower shop, and I'm still discovering what my style is, but I know when I see other florists, I really love like meadow style flower arrangements, so like kind of like all over the place, kind of like what you would see like if you're driving past like a flower field. So I guess like wildflower chic, I don't know, but I just picked up like a few different things. I'm really trying to work on incorporating like more balance into my arrangements because that's something that I'm not struggling with, but I'm trying to like fine tune. So that's what we're doing, and I'm really excited about this. So I wanted to bring y'all along so y'all can see the process from start to finish, and we'll just have some fun.
She manipulate my love, oh. I know holy, and I know that careful. Like the Baba Frayo, Mayo, don't cry, yo. Alibigo and shadow, Alibigo and shadow, Alibigo and shadow, Alibigo and shadow, Alibigo and I did what I got when them kills over my. I did try to buy moto, Toyota Corolla. My feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Now you crash your Ferrari for Leggy Bona. Now so much you make you have been all over. My feelings today swing like Django Lover. Feelings today swing like Timbani at you. Come on, white dog in Fenisu. Why you say I did not?
Alright, so here we are. Obviously we still have a lot more to go, but I wanted to show y'all progress that I have. So this is the front. This is going to be a front facing arrangement, so I'm going to be focusing on the front obviously, but definitely not going to be neglecting the back. I'm going to let my camera charge for a little bit, and I'm going to take a little break. I just cleaned my station, and I'm going to offer a few tips too for people just getting started out. I tried the gloves. Gloves are not for me, so I'm just going to be washing my hands a lot. So yeah, pretty excited about how it's looking so far. Definitely a fan of floral foam. I know that it's not the preferred, but it helps me. So I'm someone who gets overwhelmed by mess, especially like when I'm working. So one thing I'm going to be doing is like cleaning up in between like sections. So now that I've got the grass down, I'm gonna like sweep up, clean up. That way my end, like the cleanup I do at the end, isn't so much. But I'm finding like little ways, like ever since I started doing flowers, like I remember the very first time I made an arrangement, I was so scared, I was so overwhelmed, I was so worried about the results. But after making them a few times, I finally feel like I'm confident enough to like go into a store and not feel so overwhelmed with the details. I'm just going toward things that gravitate to me. So my biggest advice to anybody who's like starting out as a florist or they're interested in doing it is to not get so preoccupied with the details. Like, you're gonna get there. Your arrangements are gonna be what you want them to be, and one thing is like using your intuition as you're working. So like you know what it needs. Like as you're working, you'll know what your arrangement needs to look better, to look fuller, to look more professional. And I think that was the biggest thing, is just trusting that I know what to do, trusting in my creativity, trusting in my artistry, and allowing that to lead me instead of being so over consumed with like, oh my God, this isn't gonna look professional, this isn't gonna look Pinterest worthy. And it's just like, you'll get there. And this is kind of like low-key me talking to me, but I was just like thinking about how when I first started, and I was so nervous. I was just like, this is not going to look good. And whenever you have that mentality, you're like putting that in your work. So it's really important to, despite being nervous, despite not knowing what you're doing, is to just do it. And I think there's like a sound on TikTok of like Tyler the Creator, and he's like, you want to create, so why not do it? Like, what's holding you back? So that's been my like driving force to keep me going, because like I've hated almost every arrangement I've done up until my very last one, and I have a good feeling about this one. But I just feel like as you like, and I'll add some pictures of like some of the arrangements I've done that were like super cringe, that I would never show, like I would never be proud to display. But I think it is like a journey. Like as you learn, as you keep consuming, that's another thing too, is follow the florists that you would love to aspire to be like, and study them, like study what they do, really study their arrangements, and figure out how you can change what you're doing to emulate not necessarily their work specifically, but their professionalism. What is it about their arrangement that makes it professional compared to someone that's, and this is no shade, but compared to someone who's just going to the store and buying flowers and putting them together? Like, what's the difference? Is it their proportion? Is it their balance? Is it the colors they use? I'm a big like believer of, you can make anything elegant. My last arrangement that is my favorite was 100% Trader Joe's flowers, and I think I had a couple from the flower market, but my flower market is open to the public. So I'm not using flowers that are only accessible to people with wholesale licenses or people who are doing this on a full-time basis. Like, I'm going to places that are open to anyone. So you can make anything look beautiful if you know the principles of design, the basics of it, and if you study the people that you would like to emulate. So that's my biggest takeaway from my journey just thus far, is just understanding that like you can do it. It just is going to take you time to understand the principles of design, and with that you're going to have to like really dive deep into like what makes this a professional arrangement, what makes this stand out, what makes this something eye-catching. I feel like I'm at a place now where I've done a lot of the studying. I've done a lot of the, I guess studying is the only word I can think of. Like, I've done all of that to kind of have a basic understanding of what makes a professional arrangement look professional. And I like where I'm at right now, because I feel like I'm confident enough to like accept orders and to actually do this for people. So my next hurdle is going to be developing my pricing. That's something I've always struggled with. I'm a freelance, I'm a writer, but I also do freelance writing, and I don't know if this is just like a woman thing or not, but I tend to like lowball myself because I'm afraid to actually say, hey, I'm worth this amount because of all the work that's going into this. I sometimes feel like people don't necessarily see your value sometimes, and I don't like to make it about like gender, but I do feel like as a woman, as someone who's, you know, endeavored in different entrepreneurial projects, I think people are more, some people, I don't know what it is, but I feel like, and I think it's on me too, it's just like you're not expressing what you're worth because you don't feel you're worth that. So for me, I feel like I'm working on not caring so much about if someone doesn't receive my price the way I would want them to, because at the end of the day, I know how much work goes into this. I know how much time I've put into this. I know how much flowers cost. I just did a TikTok about how much I spent on this arrangement. Flowers alone for this arrangement were like $112. So in my eyes, this arrangement that I'm doing, I would charge at least $350 for it, with the vase included. So I have to work on my confidence in stating that price and standing on that, and realizing that you will attract the clients that will pay for your work. So that's just my 2 cents. I'm gonna let this charge for a little bit. I'm gonna take a little break, clean up, and then we're gonna circle back and get back to work, because it's 3 o'clock, so we have the sun for a little bit, but I like to get my stuff done early because I definitely want to crochet later. So yes, let's get going. Back, I'm adding some of the flowers now, and as I'm looking at the back, I'm trying to figure out how to conceal, because it is going to be a front facing arrangement. I still want to conceal the floral foam, so I'm trying to like decide if I want to put some I have some really high quality fake flowers that I might put in as like some filler. But anyway, I wanted to show y'all how to reflex a rose. What you're gonna do is, I've already removed the like excess like leaves and stuff, and then I've also removed the little, I don't know the word for it, but this part. And I've also taken down some of the petals. I'm gonna start removing some of the extra petals on the bottom. But basically what you're going to want to do is flip it upside down and be really careful, and then you're just going to want to, it's going to look like this. This is going to open up your rose a little bit more, and then as you can see, it's already kind of doing it, but gently like bring the petals down, and this is really going to elevate the look of your rose. One other tip that I have that I definitely would recommend is, after you buy your roses, they, like most florists say to do this anyway, but like let your flowers sit for a day before you actually arrange them, because you have to think about it, like the flowers are going to be going from the flower shop to your car to your house or wherever, and they're going to need time to just chill and relax and soak up that water, because remember, these are still, they're not like living, but they're like living in a sense. So they're gonna need time to just relax and get themselves together. So I've noticed that when I do that with my flowers, because I used to hate doing this, because every time I did it, my flowers would break. And ever since I implemented that tip, like it's been so easy for me to just like reflex them without worrying about the petal. Like I would lose so many petals, and I love doing this because it just gives your rose like a beautiful, like unique look. It reminds me of like a tutu, and that's what I love about it. So anyway, you're just gonna do it for however long you want. Just be really careful because they are delicate, but it really just takes your rose to the next level. And then sometimes I like to fluff the top just to open it up a bit, and it just makes your rose look so fun. It's like a little cupcake or a cake or something. Like I just love it. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to arranging. So another tip is with carnations. So I know some people are like, oh, carnations are cheap, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, they're so versatile. So what you'll do is the same with roses. Take all of the little extra stuff off, and then you can actually like peel these back as well. And I've seen some people like remove the middle. I'm gonna actually try that with this one, because it seems like the middle is like pretty. So what you'll do is just rip out the middle. Actually, no. Well, let's see. I always feel like bad doing this, but It can kind of give you an anemone. I cannot say that right. Anema dupe. Because the anemas are a little expensive. But okay, so this one doesn't have the pretty middle. I mean, it's still really pretty, but you could still like open it up. I might take that as a picture or something. So yeah, I'm gonna add these. I really am loving how this looks. I'm loving like the color palette, and I'm loving the different textures. It's really pretty. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going.
I got the 12 by 20 pillows for those.
I'm not joking, all my guys, them know me. Since '06, I've been writing this story. I know be OG, but if you ask them know me. I know they blow trees, so you know you below me. Music chose me, just know this and know this. I get lonely, but I'm never lonely. Sexy ladies, come and feel me slow.
So here's what we have so far. Still have a long way to go, but I love how it looks. I just finished the arrangement, and when I tell y'all I have like outdone myself, I've outdone myself. Let me show you. Here she is in all of her wonderful glory. I can't get over how beautiful this is. Like, she's so much prettier in person, but this is literally what I envisioned, and I love when like what you envision comes to life. I'm so excited about this. I mean, look at the detail. It's so colorful. It's so fun. I feel like it's very well balanced. I might need to make a few adjustments, but it's the drama for me. Like, so beautiful. But I just love like the texture that I have in this. I really want to move this, but it's stuck, and I don't want to mess up the entire arrangement, but I'm so in love with this. Like, I wonder if I can move these a little bit. Hold on. All right, there we go. And I kind of want to like bring this, but it's okay. I'm so in love with it. I'm gonna actually fix that. Hold on. It was giving me a little trouble because the stem broke, but I'm just like so in love with this. Like, I kind of feel like this could be something beautiful at like a store, or even just like a centerpiece at a wedding. I'm trying to think like what would be the best use of this, but I'm in love with all of the colors. Like, oh, okay, now I need to figure out how I'm gonna photograph this, because this background isn't giving what I want it to give. I feel like I need to go down to my leasing office and use their background. So let's see. Okay, y'all, so I'm so proud of this. This one is literally my favorite arrangement to date. I need to do something to treat myself because I can't believe I did this with my hands. Like, it's so beautiful. I love the colors. I love the textures. I love the proportion. That's what I was really working on, and I feel like I succeeded, and I can't wait to see what else I can do. I've realized that I love color, so I think that's what my forte is leaning toward, is more color focused. So anyway, if you are interested in starting your own flower business, or if you just love flower design, please subscribe, because I'm going to be having so much like different content around this niche, and I really want to share that with y'all, especially if you're just starting out like me and you want to definitely scale this as a real business. I am gonna, please subscribe, follow, all of the things. Next week I'm actually gonna be doing a wedding. It's my first wedding, so I'm very excited about that. I'm gonna be having so much different content for y'all, and I want to do like a post wedding video to kind of like share my experience, share what I learned, share what I would do differently next time, so that y'all can be prepared as well, because we're all learning together. So anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, all of the things, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.